What's up, peeps? Welcome back to the channel. I've been back from Sturgis for, I don't know, a week or so, and I've been going over the video footage and photos and stuff that I shot to try to figure out how I want to edit that to give you some insight into my journey over that 2-week period. But in the meantime, I want to knock out a few quick videos to talk about some of the gear that I've used, maybe talk about some travel tips and such. Today, I want to start by asking you a simple question. Do you have a mild ass or a wild ass seat cushion? I'm talking about seat cushions. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure that I make it very clear this is not a sponsored video. However, full transparency here, a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago or so, Wild Ass Craig sent me this seat cushion, and he did it to challenge me because he knew my history of trying almost every type of cushion out there and brand over the last few years, and knew what my perspective was on seat cushions. And he sent me this. He said, I'm gonna send you this, and I'm gonna help you set it up, and I want you to ride with it, and I want you to come back and tell me what you think. So I've done that. This particular cushion, I have roughly 16,000 miles on, and I've done controlled testing on multi-day trips, riding without the cushion and with the cushion for about a year and a half now. And I gotta tell you, the short of it is, this thing does exactly what Craig says it'll do. It's an amazing cushion. I want to kind of show you the cushion here, go over the different parts, tell you a little bit about how I've used it, what my experience has been, and importantly, tips that I've received from Wild Ass Craig and Callie, thank you Callie, on how to properly set up the cushion for you and your bike. So let's get busy. Let's start by talking about the components that comprise the product, and there are 3 components. There's the cover that you see here. I'm going to unzip the cover and pull out the second component, which is the air bladder that you see here. And then there are a couple of Velcro straps that will hold the cover on the seat, but I'm going to get to those in a little bit. I don't have them here. I put them on the bike so we can kind of show you how to set this stuff up. As I said before, Craig sent me this product because I've tried, I can't even tell you how many different types of cushions, and many cushions of this style, including Airhawk, the current generation of Airhawk, not the first generation of Airhawk. And I understand that there is a substantial difference from those that I've talked to that have used both between the original Airhawk and what the Airhawk product is today. I've tried many Airhawk knockoffs as well that are available all over the place at Harley dealers or on Amazon. One of the things that I noticed immediately when I opened the box and took this out was that the quality of the bladder itself is an order of magnitude higher than the quality of any of the other products that I've tried, including Airhawk. It's you can, as soon as you touch it, as soon as you see it, but then as soon as you touch it, you're going to know that's a true statement. The bladder itself is comprised of pockets which will contain air that you will set on, obviously, and then a valve so that you can blow air into the cushion and release air to get it adjusted for you. And a little bit later in the video, I'm gonna show you a couple of tips about how to make sure that you've got the cushion set up correctly for you. Full disclosure, I rode with this for most of the time without it being set up properly. We'll talk more about that in a minute. So once you've put a little air into the cushion, you're going to insert it into the cover and then zip it up and then attach the cushion with a cover onto your bike. I do want to point out here, like I said, I've got about 16,000 miles on this particular cushion, and it's been in all kinds of weather. I've been in, you know, it's funny, I think over the course of the last 4 months, I have ridden in more storms than I have ridden in all the years I've been riding. It's crazy. So this has been in all kinds of weather, 16,000 miles. It's still in a really, really nice condition. You can obviously tell that I've been using it, and I've never washed it. So I think the Wild Ass logo is supposed to be white. It's kind of gray. That's from wear and tear. But top quality cover, no issues with it whatsoever. Let's go over to the bike, and I'm going to show you how the product's designed to be used on your bike by affixing it with the Velcro straps that it comes with. Now, the third component of the product that I mentioned before are these Velcro straps. And this is what you use to mount the cushion to your seat. And what you want to do is run these underneath your seat. And then when you put the cushion on, you run these Velcro straps through holes in the side. Like that. Tighten it down. And then you do the one on the front as well. I'm not going to do that. You get the idea. Once you have that done, then you slide the bladder into the cover. And then zip it up. Looks like it's a tight fit, but it's a good fit. And then that's it. So now you can sit on the bike and enjoy your Wild Ass cushion. If you need to make adjustments, you can open this up, pull out the valve, and either add air or let air out from the cushion to get it dialed in. This is how the product was designed to be used. I don't do this. I'm simply not using the Velcro straps. Once I finish this video, I'll be taking those off. And I just throw the cushion on, ride. When I get to my hotel, and here's a little tip. So when I get to my hotel, I will take the cushion off, throw it in the saddlebag, and lock it. If you are parking your bike outside at a hotel while you're traveling and it rains, you know, you never totally get your seat dry. There's always some moisture, it seems, that's there, and you end up with a wet ass at some point to some degree. However, one of the benefits of this is after I'm parked at a hotel, it rains, I dry off the bike, I take this out of my saddlebag, I drop it on top of the seat, and I have a perfectly dry patch to set on. So I don't have to worry about that minor wetness that seems to always happen. Now, when it comes to setting up the cushion for the first time and getting it adjusted for yourself, you know, I went by the directions. I actually had a conversation with Wild Ass Craig over the phone, and he told me how to set this up. I guess I'm not a smart guy, because I thought I followed his instructions, but as it turns out, I didn't. I rode with this for about a month. I did a video, or I posted a photo on Instagram or something. Craig saw it, called me on my mobile while he's going down the road, going to a show, and said, hey dude, you need to let air out of that cushion. You have too much air in it. So we kind of talked about it. He explained to me again how much air I should actually start with in this cushion before I start letting air out, adding air to get things dialed in. And I followed his instructions, and I felt really good about it. Loved the cushion. The cushion itself took me from where I typically, if I'm going on long tours and I am like trying to get to a certain point over several days, I'll typically ride 500, mostly 600 miles a day. Before I was using the cushion, well, let's not talk about the Fat Bob. But with the Road Glide, I could easily do 600 miles a day on my Road Glide special. However, I have lower back issues. And at the end of the day, I'd get to the hotel, I'd get off the bike, my butt would be sore, not like overly sore, but I could feel it, and I sometimes would have issues with my lower back. And I could definitely feel that I had been riding all day. I mean, to the point where if I needed to go get something for dinner, often I wouldn't even get back on the bike. I'd just order Uber Eats or some type of delivery. Once I started using the cushion, however, 600-mile days, not an issue. Typically, I'll get to the hotel, I'll get off the bike after doing 600 miles, and I'll still be relatively fresh. No soreness in my ass. I've never had a lower back problem when I've been using this cushion. Could be coincidence, but I like to think that it is a byproduct of this particular product and using it correctly. However, I got to Sturgis and went by the booth there, the tent that Wild Ass had out at Black Hills Harley-Davidson. And Craig said, hey, pull your bike up and just, park your bike by the tent while you're running around so you don't have to leave everything out in the parking lot. Because I hadn't even unpacked the bike yet. I had just pulled in. I'm still on the way to the hotel. I walked around, I got back, and Callie, one of his superstar staff, mentioned to me that I had a problem with my cushion. I didn't know what she was talking about, but she started talking to Craig, and she was kind of making fun of the amount of air that I still had in the cushion. And it was probably 3 times more than I needed. So we took the cushion off the bike, set it up on a kind of a horse thing that they have there in the tent. Callie had me set on it. She made some adjustments, and it's just, immediately when I got on the bike and sat on the cushion after she made the adjustments, I was like, holy shit. This is one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. And until you have it properly set up and are using it correctly, you don't know if you are truly getting the biggest benefit from it or not. But I will tell you, what they did and what they showed me on the cushion is made a huge difference. So let me share the setup tip that Callie and Wild Ass Craig shared with me when I was on site with them, and kind of show you where you should start from an inflation point in setting up your cushion. So what they showed me was that what you should really do, and I'm not gonna let the air out here because I've got this adjusted, but that you should put just enough air into the cushion to start with so that you've got 3, maybe 4, I would start with 3 pockets that are fully inflated, right? So then you roll this out, kind of push that down a little bit, put this back in the cover, set on it on the bike, you'll feel the air kind of moving around, but ultimately, this is what mine looks like. It looks like there's not really any air in the cushion, but there's enough so that when you set on the bike, you don't feel the seat, the pressure from the seat as you normally would. And when I was riding around before, when it was overinflated, I could shift my weight and kind of control pushing air to different parts of the cushion, which was what I kind of thought you were supposed to do, because it would like relieve pressure points or whatever, but that's clearly not the way it's supposed to happen, because on my 3.5-day trip back from Sturgis, which was about 1,900 miles, it was night and day. This setup with this cushion, I can't even describe to you how much of a difference it made, letting that extra air out that I had here. I was doing 600-mile days, a lot through storms, and I never had any issues with my seat or my lower back. So there you go, Wild Ass seat cushions. You know, I 100% stand by this product. It just completely changes the vibe and your level of comfort when you're riding particularly long distances. Now, I don't get any type of commission or anything from referring you to Wild Ass or encouraging you or recommending this product. And I will say that I have one of many style seats that they have available. They basically have a size and a style of cushion for, I think, pretty much any type of riding or any type of bike that you have. So I would go to their website, wild-ass.com. I'll put the URL up here on the video. Don't forget the dash. Do not forget the dash, especially if you're at work. Don't forget the dash. Check out their website. Shoot them a message. Craig is really super cool about talking to people to make sure that they have the right products selected and that they have the right setup and configuration so that they get the most value out of the product. But have a look around. You know, if you order, go ahead and let him know Percy sent you over that way, just so he can gloat. Because my experience with the Wild Ass cushion has proven my perspective that I had before incorrect. And I will admit when I'm wrong. And I was highly skeptical about this product until I put my ass on it. There you go. Hope you've got some good info out of the video. Let me know what you think. Do you have a Wild Ass? Have you used it? What's your experience been? How did you get it dialed in for yourself? Let me know down in the comments below. You guys take care. I'm on to making a video about another product that I've recently picked up that you might be interested in. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button, ring the bell, hit the like, all that stuff we all ask for as content creators. It really is important and it really does make a difference for us. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.